Let's start with your reading, Virgo. Today, we are going to look into your recent past, current energies, and near future, and then we will immediately clarify all the messages. Keep in mind that this is a reading for Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus sign. If you want to understand better your situation, I would suggest that you watch the readings for all of your signs. That usually helps me out a lot. If you want to know what your signs are, just head down in the description. There's a link for you so that you can calculate it. All right, now let's start with your reading. Okay. All right. Your main energy today, the Wheel of Fortune. This is a very good card to have as the main energy for the reading. And what I see from this card is that you are given a second chance at something, Virgo. Something that did not work out before. Something that did not really end up as you were hoping. And now this comes back at a certain degree for a redo. The Wheel of Fortune talks about something happening in the right place at the right time. Overall, a pivotal moment that can bring changes in love, in your career, in anything that you're focusing on right now, anything that needs improvement. We'll see what this is about. In the recent past, we have the Two of Wands and the Seven of Cups reversed. I see that you have had options, Virgo. Definitely a lot of them. Things or people to keep you busy, to keep you distracted. But deep down, there is this overall feeling of apathy, dissatisfaction, as if you didn't really care about these options. I see you here physically present, but your mind is elsewhere. You potentially were putting yourself out there once again in order to move on, in order to move past something or someone. But at first, it was really tough because often those options reminded you of what they weren't and reminded you of the exact thing you were trying to forget about. We'll see what was going on here when we clarify. In the current energies, Queen of Swords, the Emperor. Definitely, currently you are trying to build stability around you and inside of you. Trying to focus on the things that you can control and let go of what brings that level of insecurity, fear. You might be both in rebuilding mode and rejection mode. Rejecting anything or anyone who might feel like an emotional threat right now. It's just one of those very delicate times and pivotal times as well. You want to do things right without leaving any room for errors or without making the same mistakes again. We'll see what's going on around you currently. Now, in the near future, I am so glad to see this Queen of Wands right here. We also have the Hermit. And the reason why I love to see the Queen of Wands is because I can tell that you're going through a lot, Virgo. And by the way, here you are. Seeing this here right next to the Queen of Wands means that you're going to experience a moment of great happiness soon in the future. Coming out of your shell, coming out of this heavy period of your life, and finally something is bringing back that spark, which perhaps you have had hard time feeling lately. We'll see what this is. All right. Let's start clarifying and let's start with your recent past. Ten of Cups, Ten of Swords, and the Fool. Look at you. We clearly see here someone who is hurrying up the process in order to find love, in order to heal, in order to start again. We see the Ten of Cups, a beautiful, beautiful situation that unfortunately turned out to be very painful with this Ten of Swords. And I see you here wanting to move away from this as soon as possible. The Fool, number 0, starting all over again. And you wanted to do this also to prove to the other person and to yourself that you didn't need them to be happy, right? The issue is that in the past, potentially at times you would act on an impulse. Maybe you would send a message that you would regret sending later on, or you would say something and then regret it. And now I see why this Seven of Cups. You needed to fill your mind with something else so that you wouldn't fall in temptation, so that you wouldn't think about this person or that situation overall. I definitely see that some of you are doing this to ease the pain. The Ten of Swords is not an easy energy to handle. Now, in the moment, Virgo, you do what you gotta do. But this message is coming up now because it wants to tell you that this is not something you get over, as if it never happened. This is something you have to get through. And filling your mind with noise was definitely not the right solution then, and it's not the right solution now. Mainly because it's not a permanent solution, right? It's something that maybe makes you feel better at the moment, but then it makes you feel worse right after. Just like when you eat something very spicy and you drink water, you feel better right there, but you know that water is gonna make it worse after a few seconds, after a few minutes. Same thing here. All right, let's see what's going on in the current energies. Let's clarify the present. Six of Swords, Death, Rebirth, King of Cups. There is something that you're having hard time explaining to yourself. Here you are again, Virgo, with the Hermit. You keep coming up because you're really looking within, you know? You're looking yourself at the mirror and you're asking one specific question. Why am I still missing this person? Why am I still thinking about this person, at least from time to time? I mean, you know that you're much better off without them. You know that at the end of the day, they were not good for you. And you also know that there are billions of people on this planet and you have a lot of opportunities out there. But then you always find yourself going back to this and you don't understand why. Let me tell you why. The reason is not because they represent your last chance at love or your last chance for happiness, but it's because, as we've seen here, you try to get over the situation as if it never happened, as if it never really hurt you. You need to get through it instead. You need to really look into it and be honest to yourself. Because I feel that a lot of you might be asking, all right, but how do I get through it instead of getting over? What is the real difference? The difference is that when you get through something, you acknowledge your feelings and you let them show you the way. Whether they're good feelings or bad feelings does not matter. Keep in mind that rock bottom is a great place on which to bounce back up. There's no place left to sink once you get there. Take advantage of that. Don't pretend that you're not there, or you won't be able to understand how to get out of it. When someone disappoints you like that, it's hard enough already to keep going. Don't make it harder on yourself. You really do not deserve it, Virgo. So, look through it. There is something that you're going to find out whenever you tell yourself, yes, I miss this person. Definitely, there is something there. It's not true that I don't care about them. I still do. But at the same time, when you miss someone, when you care about someone, it doesn't mean that you have to go back to them. You just need to acknowledge it for yourself, and then movement comes in. There is some movement here with the Three of Wands, but I cannot see who's carrying those wands around yet. So let's look into this. Let's clarify the near future. Yes, yes, Virgo. The Sun, the Chariot, and the Four of Pentacles. All right, I actually love this. You are very close to something very special. The Chariot, you see right here, the point of no return, and you're going full speed, or someone is coming towards you full speed with that Three of Wands. The first thing that I see though with the Sun and the Four of Pentacles is that you're walking with your head up high, proud of who you are, not ashamed of your feelings, proud of how hard you've loved, proud of your mistakes even, looking at the world from the surface of those scars and feeling good about yourself. You know, right here, you're now telling yourself, I'm not broken. I'm not breaking. I'm just unfolding. I'm going into this world, learning and evolving every day, and I'm happy about that, no matter what happens. We clearly see here that something comes in which will immediately make you feel better with that Sun energy. And, you know, if I have to be honest, Seven of Swords, this feels like karma to me, redemption. Someone potentially crawling back, hoping to talk to you, to see you, but they have another thing coming. We'll see what this is going to be in a minute, but the main message here is the redo we were talking about at the very beginning of the reading, Virgo, is not a redo for that connection. It's a redo for you to love yourself again, to choose yourself this time. Instead of always giving to this person who now you know doesn't deserve you at all, stop giving to them. Start giving to you. We always accept the love we think we deserve. And right now you finally realize that you deserve better. I get the sense that from this moment forward, things are going to be very different for you, Virgo, in ways that right now perhaps you cannot even imagine. So let's do this. Let's look into what this person is going to come in with. Let's see what they're going to say and with what intentions they're going to show up in your life once again. But especially, let's focus on what comes next for you, Virgo. How is your life going to change now that you have definitely freed yourself up from such a major burden? And now that you've decided to look into the issue without pretending that it wasn't there. Let's keep going with this beautiful message. Honestly, this might be my favorite reading for you guys, for you, Virgo, since the beginning of the year. Let's see what else we have coming up for you. If you want to dive deeper into the messages, Virgo, just follow me in the extended reading linked below in the description box. Also, don't forget that every single week, I randomly select viewers who have watched the extended video to offer them a 100% free personal live reading. The reading is now 45 minutes. 30 minutes was just not enough. Let's see if 45 minutes works better. I send out emails every Monday morning. Make sure to check out your spam folder as well. Now, stay tuned for the extended preview coming right up after this. Welcome back to your extended reading, Virgo. The bridging energy taking us from this current situation to the incoming events is the Empress. And this is definitely a beautiful card to have at this moment, because we see how right here you're going from the Emperor to the Empress, going from your rebuilding energy, but also a very protective and guarded energy, to an energy that talks about creation through confidence and beauty. You feel good, Virgo, and you don't give a crap anymore. You love who you are, and whoever doesn't, their loss. You don't care anymore. And the power of not caring is honestly a very beautiful power to have. If I could pick, my superhero power would definitely be that one. Again, I am not broken. I am unfolding, and I don't care what you think about it. And on top of that, the Empress talks about a very strong physical attraction, someone who is dying to be with you, someone who is dying to talk to you, to spend time with you. Something becomes serious here. We see loyalty as well, and true love. Someone who looks at you and they're like, of course I'll take you as you are. Of course. I mean, you are the freaking Empress. Why wouldn't I take you like that? And, you know, sometimes certain situations, certain experiences, certain people can really make us believe that we are not this, that we're not good enough, that we're not worthy. But when you believe those things, when you let yourself believe it, then it's your fault. And you need to control that. You owe it to yourself. So let's see then what's coming in, because I see a lot of beautiful things here and I want to keep going with the reading to understand what you should expect in the near future, what is going to bring this moment of happiness with the sun, redemption, karma as well, and where you're headed with this Chariot card going full speed towards that event horizon. Let's see what this is. Let's start with clarifying the sun right here. Oh my God. 6 of Wands, 10 of Pentacles. What else? Ace of Pentacles and the 3 of Cups with the World. These cards are absolutely amazing, Virgo. And I am truly and honestly happy to give you this message because I know that you need it. I know that you really need it right now. And so here it comes. What I have, first of all, with the World is an energy that talks about